Alright, what's up guys? We're back here again with the Dodge Dakota. Okay, so today, obviously, as you can tell, I am taking the radio and replacing it with a more modern touchscreen as a radio. Now, all you're gonna need to do this is a 10, and the 10mm is to take the grounding strap off the middle of the stereo. I would invest in an antenna extender, because the antenna is way back here, and like I don't know if it's gonna be all of them, but this setup that I bought, the antenna is on the left side, so I'm gonna have to get an extender to run it a little bit further, because even on pulling on it, there's no way it's gonna reach over here. So I'll have to get an antenna extender for that. I already went through and did all the wiring. That's pretty self-explanatory. Every kit's going to be different, but it's pretty much all color code. You have speaker wires, which are usually green, purple, white, gray. And then you have the power wires, which are red and yellow. And then blue for power antenna, which you don't have to run those because, yeah. But yeah, so you got accessory power and then battery voltage, so, you know, for like a memory. And then you have all the speaker wires. The thing that did trip me up a little bit on this is the main harness. So it has two separate harnesses. You have one for speakers, one for power. The power one, it branches off a 5-wire connector, and 2 of the wires off that connector are actually power wires to the stereo, or the new stereo. So when you actually look at the one branch, you'll see all the doubles, so 2 purples, 2 greens, and then you'll see the blue for the power antenna, and then you'll see 1 yellow, or 1 white and 1 gray, which those are the positives. And then on the other harness you have the negatives. I probably said that wrong before, but yeah. I am actually using this kit I actually bought. Here is the number for that, CFK 7401. It's for Dodge, Chrysler, Eagle, Ford, Jeep, 1974 to 2001. And then the wire harness, so that's the faceplate kit, which allows you to adapt, because obviously that's a lot bigger than the backing. It's a single DIN stereo, but with the tablet front, so we can adapt that. The wire harness that I'm using is going to be this CWH 634, and that is from American International. So that's going to be for 1984 to 2002 Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, you know, the works. And then keep in mind that when you get your stereo and the wire harness, they could have different wire setups. So like you have the color coding here on this list, and then you have to cross-reference this list, which is the main power and main speakers, with the actual radio wire harness. So I took the radio wire harness, attached it to the car wire harness. So you have the main wire harnesses, which is factory with the car. Then you have the wire harness adapter, which adapts it over, and then it runs into the actual stereo wire harness. So make sure you get all that. I have the temporary setup on this. All the speaker wires loop together, and then powers together, and then I have these extras that I'm not going to need, like brake, or like backup camera and stuff like that. So I'm not going to need that. I just tape them off because I don't need that loom. Now the grounding, this one's temporary for me. I actually ended up looping it in with the actual ground strap for the back of the radio. You could jump the wire and run it longer back to where the actual ground wire bolts to, but for right now I'm just using this as a temporary hold, and I mean it should be fine because it's just the ground wire, but you're probably not going to find a better ground than the factory grounding strap, but that's for that. To take everything apart though, like I said, you're going to need a 10mm for the back of the radio ground. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver to get under the steering column to drop this whole piece off, which is just 2. Let's see if I can show you. It's going to be 2 Phillips head screws on the bottom, I just left the emergency brake or the hood latch attached to it. Let the thing dangle down there. And then you're gonna have to use a Torx bit, which is gonna be a T20 Torx bit. And you're gonna have to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. So you'll have to take the 2 Phillips head screws off that first. That'll drop down. Then you take all these T20 bits, and it'll go on like this, going up top. You pull it up over the steering wheel, and drop it down. You can turn the accessory power on, drop the lever down into like first gear, and then turn it off, or try to, you know, get as far back as you can. Make sure you disconnect the battery when you do this, because if you don't, you might blow a fuse, and if you accidentally cross the positive and the ground, you might blow out something else. Just disconnect the battery ahead of time. After you get that, the radio will be sitting here. The radio will be mounted right there. Phillips, there, Phillips, with these little stupid tabs that like to fall off right there. So two Phillips, T20, got 8 of them, 2 more Phillips, and then 2 more Phillips. So that's pretty much all it is. All the stuff that I got, I'll leave a link down in the description below, and as the actual cover photo for this video, I'll put it as the touchscreen in place. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to remove the cigarette lighter or not to make space for the screen. I think I should be pretty good, because it should come to about right here, level with it, but I'm not sure. It's not in yet all the way. But yeah, that's pretty much how you're gonna end up doing it. And then obviously putting it all back together is reverse order. Put the stereo in, put the 2 screws in, go ahead, put the cover back around everything, put the screws in, don't tighten them all the way down, and then drop or put the column cover back underneath with the 2 Phillips, and then tighten everything down, and you're good to go. So I was just trying to give you a quick overview. I'll give you guys all the link in the description down below for the wire harness, the faceplate kit, the radio, and I'll even give a little quick description on how to, you know, what tools you will need to get this accomplished. And remember, disconnect your battery. That's gonna be it for this video. I already got it pretty much done, so all I'm gonna do is gonna get it plugged in and bolted back up. And like I said, the thumbnail for this video will be the screen on, so you guys can see how it actually looks. But besides that, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Super easy to do. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions regarding this. But besides that, guys, that's gonna do it. Peace out. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And if you're feeling it, share the video content so we can grow the channel a little bit bigger. Alright, thanks guys. Peace.